A humble request to those on the progressive left. If you're going to compare someone to a Nazi or Adolf Hitler, can you kindly pass along some tangible evidence to make your case? So, disgraced comedian Kathy Griffin appeared on an Australian talk show recently. If anything, Griffin proved that some people will never learn from their mistakes. That's because she's gone from posing with a decapitated head meant to look like Donald Trump, an antic that got her fired from CNN, to now calling the president a Nazi. Check it out.
First of all, the accidental president is what I call him. Right. And he's not here, is he? Because I'm scared of that guy. I was under a 2-month federal investigation for taking a picture of a mask. Anyway, yes, I'm excommunicated from my own country, so I'm here doing a world tour. But we have to make fun of him because he's so ridiculous and dangerous. And I actually have known this fool for like I'm going to call him a moron. And also a Nazi. Because Americans are like skittish about calling him a Nazi, but he's a Nazi. There's a Nazi in the Oval Office. I just have some news for you, so heads up.
Wow, new haircut, same old Kathy. At least the saving grace is that virtually nobody was laughing at the Trump is a Nazi statement. In fact, the mood in the studio was understandably downright awkward. People were clearly creeped out by Griffin's ludicrous rant. Now, this isn't the first time the president has been compared to a Nazi. Hollywood relic Lily Tomlin had this to say about Trump backstage at the Screen Actors Guild Awards earlier this year. Quote, "He's trying to change the laws. You know, my mind is going too fast. I want to think about the fact that, you know, I don't want to make this comparison. I'm not making it in any way. But the Nazis, they changed the laws if they didn't agree with them. They just changed them and they could do whatever they wanted," end quote. Nice try, Lily, in not wanting to compare the president to a Nazi. You kind of did so by throwing in the word Nazi. And earlier that evening, in front of the SAG crowd, Lily had this to say about the Trump presidency.
The doomsday clock has been moved up to 2.5 minutes before midnight. And this award, it came just in the nick of time.
Yeah, the Boomsday clock. And by the way, does Boomsday come before or after Doomsday? Regrettably, the Trump as Nazi comparisons are so prevalent that last year GossipCop.com actually cataloged several instances. Leading off is Louis C.K., who's usually quite funny, but he was very, very unfunny in one interview when he noted that Trump, quote, is Hitler. And by that I mean that we are being Germany in the 30s. Do you think they saw the shit coming? Hitler was just some hilarious and refreshing dude with a weird comb over who would say anything at all, end quote. Then there's Eva Longoria, who remarked, quote, Hitler moved the nation with words, just words, end quote. She later denied she was comparing Trump to Hitler, releasing a statement that read, I'm not saying Donald Trump himself is dangerous, but that words can be dangerous. Yeah, thanks for the clarification, Eva. But the all-time worst example has to be the appearance by Sarah Silverman on Conan O'Brien's show, in which she actually dressed up as Hitler to do her Trump rant.
So my understanding is you want to clear the air because you think you're being unfavorably compared to Donald Trump.
Don't get me wrong, Conan. I agree with a lot he says. A lot. Like 90% of what he says. I'm like, this guy gets it.
Okay.
But it's just, I don't like the way he says it. It's just, it's crass.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Trump is very, very crass, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, what kind of person talks about his penis size on national television?
Poor Sarah. She should have brought along one of those laugh track machines, given the lack of guffaws being generated by the live studio audience. The point is, comparing any individual to Hitler is a fool's errand unless, of course, that particular individual is truly exhibiting Hitler-like behavior. You know, like trying to engineer a genocide, perhaps. Indeed, the very fact that these so-called comedians can make Hitler jokes about Trump actually proves that Donald Trump is no Adolf Hitler, because if Griffin and Tomlin and Silverman and all the rest tried to exercise their right to free speech in Germany of the 1930s by jokingly making unfavorable comparisons to the Fuhrer, well, they wouldn't even make it to the punchline. For the Rebel.Media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey, we have an all-new fall lineup here at The Rebel. Please visit therebel.media/shows and check it out.